Hi again, folks. In this video, just some final thoughts on the week that was, the week we will remember, coming up. That's why I made that little montage video today, guys. I wanted to slap together, and those little videos take some time, but I wanted to put one together for a souvenir of what's going to be the best memory of this season. If we somehow can top out what we just seen this week, I can't even imagine how at this point. I can't, unless we finish out the season 10-0 or something. You know what I mean? I wanted to have a little souvenir, so that's why I threw out that little 3-minute video today. So we have something to fall back on one day and say, God, that was a fun time. You know, it was. This was a fun week. There were good memories, absolute good memories I will take forever in what I seen this week, because this was maybe, and I'm saying cautiously, maybe the turning point of this young franchise right now, this young team, I should say. This young team right now maybe is on the cusp of maturing into something else, into the next phase of its development, right? So we're going to have to see what happens in the next weeks to come. We're going to see it unfold. And I think there's going to be a head of confidence in this young bunch now, going forward the rest of the season. And the truth is, it's going to kind of hurt for some of these guys to even leave this team now when they're traded off, at the deadline and things like that. It's going to be hard for them after they just went through all this together. But they form some friendships, they'll shake hands, and they'll wish each other well. And you know how it is, guys. I mean, not everything lasts forever in life. And, some of these guys are, like Colin Miller and stuff. I'm sure we'll be just, wish them all well. When whoever moves on, we'll just wish them well. It's that simple. And as I'm at it, guys, I wanted to mention also that Matthew's got 2 games. So enough with that. You know what I mean? God, 2 games I'm good with. And if there's any justice, he'll lose he'll finish 1 goal short, the top goal scorer in the league. The Rocket Richard, he just might. He might because of this. Karma's a funny thing. You just don't play that way. You don't play like that. And I'm seeing Toronto fans online complaining, well, look what Dahlin did to him. Dahlin was doing a defensive play. This guy came at him, and I didn't realize it was so much a borderline neck. I didn't know, and I seen it, but I was so caught up in the emotion of that game, I just thought it was here. But then when I seen the replay over and over, it was lower. And guys, the neck is even more dangerous, okay? It's even more dangerous. I've always, it's always what I've told women that, they're dealing with some jerk on the streets or some guy that's, bad dude or something, just, make sure you don't punch him in the head. Make sure it's the neck. That's Taekwondo advice. Punch in the neck, because the central system will shut down on them and you have a fighting chance at least, right? So this whole thing was dangerous, what happened. And I don't want to go on much about Matthews, but my God, that's a dangerous thing. If that would have been Jack Eichel who would have got that in the neck, I can't even imagine what the league might have done. But I guess because Dahlin bounced back like a champ. He didn't even look phased, actually. Lucky. So I'm happy Dahlin's okay. That's the main thing. And Matthews, he's got his suspension now, and if he does anything, screws up in the playoffs like that, he'll be suspended again now, a lot easier, which is good news. So hopefully that he never does it again, hopefully. So yeah, getting back to this whole thing, I want to talk a little bit also about the post-game, okay? Not just the memories of this, but the post-game, especially the one with Krebs and Anderson. That one stood out for me. That really stood out for me, because you're looking at, the all-veteran goalie with the young kid. It almost looked like a father and son sitting there. And, Anderson was, man, he is the ultimate pro with the public. Eh? He just says it the way it is. He says, well, he kind of agreed with the goalie that it was kind of an iffy call, that pushing off the post goal that we got. And Krebs looked at me and goes, yeah, but I scored, They're just starting to laugh together. It was really cute, actually, to watch. So I'm going to put the link to that, okay, in the description. If you guys haven't seen that interview, go check it out. It's just priceless to watch. It is. It's only like 7 minutes or something. It was fun to watch. It really was. So I was, you know, I'm going to take a lot of good memories from this week, guys. I really am. Yeah, like I was just, as you know, I got video evidence of it. I was hoping we somehow, some way could take both these games. Would be just out of this world for us. And now that we've done it, the expectation, of course, as fans is that, yeah, we got something cooking here. Okay, we got to be patient. We do have to sit back sometimes and say, it's okay. This year, it's not happening. It's just not happening this year. But if they can show me signs, I just want to see the signs, guys. I want to see the signs of the future. And I got to see major signs this week by these two games. And I got to see also the leadership also of our, let me close my computer. I got that open for no reason. The leadership of this team has never been this healthy, probably since 06, 07. Yeah. Well, I've said that before in videos, but I think now we have proof, you know? And not just because of these wins. It's how I see a guy like Tuck acting during these wins. How he cares and is happy for others. That's a leader. That's a leader. It's not about self with him. This guy could be in a 10-game slump. You wouldn't know it on the ice. This guy could be in a 10-game goal-scoring streak. You wouldn't be able to tell on the ice. No change in his demeanor, game to game to game to game. Interview to interview to interview to interview. It's the same guy, night after night after night. And that, guys, is healthy. That makes for a healthy future for our boys being under a leader, not only that's big and strong, but a leader that doesn't think he's better than any of them. You could tell that's not in Tuck's head. You know? You could tell. He's not all high on himself. He's just not. He loves to win. He loves to play hard. He believes in playing physical. All the things that I think a great athlete should do in this league. But at the same time, he cares about his teammates. You've seen how he acted before he ever played his first game with us. He was impressive before his first game when he was talking with the media. He's talking, smiling, making them understand that I'm not really intimidated by you guys. Like, you know, I'm not. But yeah, I'm happy to be here. I'm thrilled to be here. All these things. He said all the right things right from the beginning. And not only did he say the right things, guys, he followed them up on the ice as well. This team has changed since Alex Tuck's in the lineup. We can look at the record and say, maybe not so much like we'd like, but I'm talking general play of a team. The 60-minute game that I see, there's less and less bad 60-minute efforts since he's in the lineup. Less and less. And it's going to get less and less and less as the future comes more and more and more towards us, because this team is starting to mature. Absolutely. I'm not imagining what I've seen this week. And it's not wishful thinking. It's the truth. This team is maturing. This young bunch is close-knit like they said they were, you know? And a lot of credit goes to the veteran guys like Okposo and, you know, and even Hinostroza to a degree. And, you know, Eakin winning the big face-off. A lot of these guys, when we move on from some of them, because they're not going to be here when we get to the promised line. Guys like Tuck will be, Krebs, you know, Quinn, Power, all these guys, Levi. These are all my hopes. Samuelson is part of that now. Of course, Darlene, you know. And the more we go further into the future with these guys, I seen such a maturity last game in Darlene and Samuelson, the way they handled themselves in that game against Toronto. I was so impressed, guys. So damn impressed just how unintimidated they were. They weren't scared at all. They didn't look into... You remember the days where Darlene would go to the bench, his head down, he's frustrated. He's taking on the whole weight of the world on him. And credit to Granato to be able to get him to get rid of that and say to him, just do your thing. Forget all this. Forget all this. Forget the papers, the post-game, the pre-game. Forget all this. Just execute. Concentrate on the game you're in, the moment. Stay in this moment you're in. That's it. And right now, what I seen last game, we're starting to get better at that. Really better at that. We didn't trip out because we could have fell apart in that second period. We could have. The old Sabres would have. From a few months back, they would have. And They didn't. They didn't even come close to it. They really wanted to win, and they believed they were going to somehow, some way, no matter what. It takes a lot for a team that's losing over and over and over to believe that that is going to stop and that they're the ones in control of it. It takes a lot, guys. It does. So and there's a lot of credit. I could give credit to, you know, from Adams down what's going on this week, but I don't want to get too ahead of everything either. You know, I like what I'm seeing. I like the development stages we're going through lately. I like the fact that we came through with flying colors this week. Flying colors. It was like, you know, they were that student in school who never got an A, or I always got C's and D's, and he got an A+, and you're thinking he cheated somehow, you know? It was kind of like that. So those are just kind of some thoughts I had, you know, some memories I'm going to take. I'll always thank Anderson. You know, he might be done with us as far as we know this week. He might be, you know, he might be moved at the deadline. And if he gets moved, I'll be pulling for him to win a cup somewhere, as long as it's not Vegas. You know, not Vegas. So that's it. That's it for this one, guys. I got one more coming at you. I'll see you in that one.